section of empowerment flowchart: introduction, review of literature, hypothesis, research methodology, discussion, limitation and implications. Now, what is empowerment? It is a practice, it is a cognition, or a philosophy. Empowerment is all the three: workplace enablers, psychological construct, and philosophy. These are the views given by different authors at different times about the empowerment. The practice of empowering subordinates is a principal component of managerial and organizational effectiveness. Empowerment has been analyzed as both relational and motivational construct. In relational construct, it relates to an individual power and control of an individual over another, with the less power and focuses on the empowering practices which give rise to the employee reactions. In motivational construct, it involves cognition and perception and psychological investment in work. The Alien in 1998 says that the study of empowerment process should focus both individual and structural levels. These are the definitions of empowerment given by different authors at different times, and I have used Spratzer 1995 definition for my study. The Spratzer says psychological empowerment is defined as a motivational construct manifested in four cognition, meaning competence, self-determination, and impact. Now coming to the history of empowerment. The concept of empowerment, deeply rooted in the civil rights, feminist, and labor movements of the 1950s and 1960s, emphasized the importance of giving voice and power to marginalized groups. This set the stage for its theoretical development in subsequent decades, with significant contribution for scholars like Julian Rapert in 1981 outlined empowerment as a mechanism for individual organizations and community to gain mastery over their affairs. Further expanding this idea, the Cantor in 1977 explored how organizational structure could facilitate or hinder employees' empowerment, while Conger and Kanungo in 1988 introduced a psychological dimension focusing on self-efficacy and removing the enhancing situation of powerlessness by providing self-efficacy information. In recent years, the empowerment narrative has extended to global development, technology, and digital participants, highlighted by its inclusion in the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals as a strategy for gender equality, inequality reaction, and sustainable development. Now, there are two aspects of psychological model. They are the psychological and motivational construct and power and structure construct. In psychological and motivational construct, a majority of employee empowerment researchers see empowerment concept as a psychological in nature, involving employees by increased psychological and motivation at work, job design, employee participation, and self-management. It is the area that empowerment has received much investigative attention. Now come to the power and structure. The second stream of researchers seem to suggest empowerment as transfer of power, authority or job structure following the organizational power and culture theories. Now, perspective of empowerment. The perspective, there are two types of perspective. One is organizational structural perspective and second is psychological perspective. The structural perspectives include the empowerment model given by Blanchard, Carlos, and Randolph in 1999 and power model given by Cantor in 1977. The power model, the empowerment model given by Blanchard and his friend, they give the three elements: information sharing, autonomy through boundaries, and team accountability. Information sharing refers to given the all types of information, like how is the employee working in the organization, their feedback, giving the future prospect to the employee, giving the strategy information to the employee, which create trust and loyalty in the mind of the employee. The autonomy through boundaries. Autonomy through boundaries refers to creating the hierarchy or removing the some level of hierarchy and giving the rules and regulations to the employee beyond which the employee can't go. Simply, if I say that employee what to do and what not to do is given by employee itself. The team accountability. Team accountability means self-directed teams. Means that if the team make the decision, it will be very effective and efficient for the organization. Now come to the power model. Power model given by 1977. The